You guys are in your divine feminine empress energy, y'all. When I split the deck, I split it to the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, and I was getting a channel download that this collective is like not only stepping into their power, stepping into their beauty, stepping into their worth, stepping into their leadership. Like, you're doing everything. You're doing everything. And they're saying like the Empress is the embodiment of all of the queens. And there's something about you sharpening your tongue, about you putting up boundaries, but you're doing so in a peaceful manner. Okay? You might have been someone who used to be very defensive, very reactionary when someone crossed the line, when someone kind of came after you, your friends, your loved ones. Like, you might have snapped. Okay? Or if it was just the energy. People might not have even outwardly done it, but even if you didn't outwardly snap, you would kind of change the direction of your intent. And Spirit's saying you're no longer doing that. You're kind of like cutting it off, handling the situation, dusting your hands off and moving on. Because quite frankly, you don't have time to be invested in anything that is not relating to the outcome of your future. And Spirit is so proud of you because I think for a really long time, you had a really hard time coming to this equilibrium between this Queen of Swords and this Queen of Pentacles, because I think for a long time you were taught that people who stood up for themselves were bossy, or people who were outwardly spoken, were needy or were attention seeking. You didn't really know how to have a balance between defending yourself and remaining calm in situations, right? There was kind of like a, do I pounce or do I just walk away? Like, how do I handle this situation? And Spirit's like, you know how to handle these situations with the utmost grace, and you know how to handle them in ways where you can just like, again, you can handle it and move on. Like, I'm literally getting hot right now. Like, you guys are so hot, okay? We had the Hermit as soon as I split it, and the Death. Like, you guys really are not afraid to take time by yourself. You're not afraid to go through incredible amounts of like revolution. You're not afraid. Every single time something about yourself you don't end up liking, you try something and it's not for you, it's not a, oh my gosh, I tried something and it's not for me. Like, what a waste of time. You're like, okay, I'm not happy with where I'm at. I know that I deserve better. I'm going to kill off this version of me and go become something better. Go become what I want. It's like, I don't think you subscribe to the lifestyle and to the kind of societal norm of just like being in pity. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people get themselves in situations or put in situations regardless of the fact, and instead of trying to fix it, instead of trying to claw their way out of it, instead of trying to do something with their life, they kind of just like sit and accept it. And you're not one to sit and accept it. If you will be willing to die on your hill. You are willing to die to get the life that you want, okay? You're not going to just settle. You're not going to just accept. And the whole idea of death and rebirth is not something that's uncomfortable to you. It's something that I'm hearing you've been through so many times. That's also why you're so attractive. That's also why you're so abundant, why you're getting this power, why you're getting this leadership. Because again, it's like every single time you die off, every single time a version of you is killed off, you take the lessons from it. You take the things that need to be tweaked. You take the things like, okay, this is what went well. This isn't what went well. This is kind of medium. Like, you don't just die off and like, oh, let's try from scratch. You come up with a game plan each and every time. And that's why this version of yourself right now is so solidified, so concrete, so beautiful. And Spirit's really saying like, that's only going to continue to exemplify. That's only going to continue to expand. I'm hearing like exponential interest. Okay? Because you keep putting in the work, you keep putting in the time. It's like, you don't have to be doing as much as what other people do. It's exactly the investment of those who start to save for their retirement when they're, say, 18, 19 years old. If they put in 10K and then the rest of their life they only put in like 1K, and maybe the math might not be mathing, but a lot of times they don't have to do as much as someone who says, like, let's say they wait until they're 40 years old to start saving. They really have to get the ball rolling. And I don't want to discourage y'all if some of y'all are like 40 or some of you guys are older and you're like, shit, it's better to start now. It's better to start today than tomorrow. It's better to start now than it is to never start. So don't be discouraging on the time that you wasted and start looking at the time that you have to gain. But it really is that energy. If you were that 17, 18-year-old who started investing, who started putting in yourself, and people might have looked at you like, they're crazy. Why are they thinking to the future? Like, we can go out and we can go do this and we can have these like thrills and we can go and just like, I'm using money and I'm using experiences as the example here, but it has to do with energy. It has to do with everything. It's 3:33 my time. Like, you're so connected with the universe and you're so connected with source that even when you were in a young age, even when you were receptive to other people's opinions, to other people's habitual habits, it's like you were like, no, I have this process, I have this timeline with universe, with God, with source, and I can't subscribe to what everyone else is doing if I'm successful. Like, that's not how I become successful. You are one of those chaotic individuals. I love you for this. When you see the tower card, or when you experience tower cards like in your life, you're like, game on. You're not scared of it. You actually see it as a challenge, and again, you understand that it's going to lead you to everything that you want, and it's only removing the things that can't come with you. And so literally you're like, let's do it. Because again, every single time you have a new reborn version of yourself, you come out hotter, you come out stronger, you come out smarter, you come out more intelligent, you come out more brave. Like, you always learn. Even if it's just a small little thing, some of these lessons are bigger and some of them are smaller, but you're not like, oh, I'm only going to take the big lessons. Oh, I'm only going to take the small lessons because I can only handle those dosages. You're literally like, universe, give it to me. And again, I feel like when you were younger, people saw this as like cute. People saw this as like, maybe you're a little bit naive, you're innocent, right? But the whole time, again, you had this connection with source, with spirit, with the universe, and you have this divine mission that you're intended to do. And you're like, game on, like, you're literally like, give it to me. You chose to go through so many spiritual lessons as a young individual because you really were like, when I get into my young adulthood, when I get into my adulthood, when I get into my, senior age, I want to enjoy life. I don't want to be doing spiritual lessons anymore. I want to, literally, you're like, let's just do them all at once. It's like, you don't even really give yourselves the break. You're like, okay, lesson complete, course complete. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Give me 2 at once. Let's see if I can take on 5. Like, you truly, since a young age, you have more spiritual lessons than most individuals have in their entire life. And I'm hearing like you complete them. Like, you still have lessons to learn. We all have lessons to learn, but like, there was a specific list I'm hearing that you needed to complete in order to get like your divine birthright. And you're like, I want it as fast as I can. I want the money. I want the happiness. I want the success. I want the family. I want the love. I want the friends. I want the career. I want the house. You're like, I want it as fast as I can get it because I want more time to enjoy it. And so you said, let's speed run it, universe, and the universe is speed running it. And let me tell you, like, that maturation, is that how you say it? It's seen and it's felt. Like, anyone who saw you as cute, who saw you as naive, as innocent, is like, no, like, they knew what they were doing the whole time. That is a whole woman. That is a whole, like, goddess. That is a whole powerhouse. Like, when I say empress, it is like, it's empress energy. You are a star, you are a goddess, you are a divine being, and it's like, you deserve all of this. Like, keep shining, keep going through these lessons. Again, keep saying game on anytime someone's like, okay, we got to go through this process, we got to go through this death and this rebirth, because it's like, you're only going to continue to advance and evolve from it. So I love you guys so much. You guys got it.